Good day all. Welcome to the workshop at Baratarian North Secondary. I'm Mr. Jaikran Singh and I'm one of the metalwork teachers here at our school. Today I'd like to take a few minutes to explain what mechanical engineering technology is all about, or as we would normally call it, MET. Mechanical engineering technology, or MET, is a basic or foundation level course that introduces students to mechanical engineering. We look at the basic tools, equipment and operations in mechanical engineering here. So what do we do in a class? What is MET about? Well, we design, we build, and we test mechanical devices. Let's look at some of the operations we use now to design, build, and test these mechanical devices. Some of the successful and fulfilling careers that students can engage in after MET are auto mechanics, aircraft technician, ship repair mechanic, welder, mechanical engineer, oil and gas technician, sheet metal technician, heavy equipment operator. The skills and techniques that students learn here in mechanical engineering technology can be transferred to other career areas as well. For example, students in this workshop do drilling. Dentists are required to drill. Students measure and cut. So are required medical doctors. Students write accident reports. Students write business plan. So if you are interested in opening your own business, you have that experience here as well. Question many students and parents ask is safety. Throughout all the years that I've been teaching in this workshop, there has never been any serious accidents that required an ambulance to come for a student, or even a student to go to the health center or to the hospital because of any injury that they would have gotten in this workshop. Let's now look at some of the basic safety gear that students would wear in the workshop here. First of all, we have a pair of safety glasses. This is approximately $40. We have light duty work gloves. The school will provide this at this time. And we have a work coat. The cost of this is approximately $120. Let's now take a look at some of the projects the students would make in the workshop here at Baratarian North. We will start with the simpler ones first. We have sheet metal scoop. We have a smaller sheet metal scoop. We have a hand garden fork. We have a trowel. We have a single candle holder. We have a triple candle holder. We have a coat rack here that screws onto the wall. Across on this side here, these are the more complex projects. We have a toolkit, fully functional. We have a mailbox, the traditional post-mount mailbox. We have another mailbox here that was designed by a student. We have a machine vise. We have a small hammer here. We have a large plant stand. Everything here was done by students. Bending of the screws, the welding. Here we have a smaller wall mount plant stand with this actually is holding 2 plant pots at the moment. So those are some of the projects that students would make here in the workshop at Barataria North. Okay, so now let's discuss how we handle the theoretical work in my MET class. Right, we have two textbooks, Motivate, Metalwork Technology, and the Technology of Machine Tools. Students are not required to purchase these as they are very expensive. What I have done instead, I have created modules of each of the more popular topics in CSEC for MET Paper 2. Let's look closely at one of them, what we have. In the first section, we would have the handout section, which would give the general information that is required to answer the questions. At the back or second section, we have actual past paper questions where students now would be required to answer them. Notice we don't write down notes in this class here. The most amount of writing we would do is answering past paper questions. So after each question, there would be a number of blank pages where students can practice over and over again to be able to successfully attempt questions or similar questions like that in paper 2 examination. Also, in addition to the modules here, we use a lot of multimedia presentations, PowerPoint videos in order to explain the theoretical work. Again, we don't have much time for writing notes as such, so we try to focus with this method in order to get the work across. Let's talk about pass rate. This is a question that many students ask before attempting to choose a certain subject area. For my MET students, over the last couple of years, they have been very successful. Let's look back at last year. There were 11 students in my class, and all 11 passed, 6 of them getting 1s, and the rest, 5 of them getting 2s. Many students have the misconception that MET is only for boys, or it's a boys-only subject area. That's false. Our subject area doesn't discriminate via gender. So we have in the past both boys and girls. Up until last year, from where we got 100% pass rate, there were 2 girls in the class and both of them got 1s. So this subject is open to both boys and girls equally. At the end of Form 5, the CSEC exam format for MET has 3 sections. There is the SBA, there is Paper 1, and there is Paper 2. Paper 1 has 60 multiple choice questions, whilst Paper 2 has 5 short answer questions. The SBA section for MET has 50%. Our SBA being 50% gives a bit of an advantage over other subjects whose SBA may be 20 or 30%. Doing an exam whose SBA is worth 50% means that the written exams you will be doing is worth 50%. So you will be going into the written exam 50% or halfway complete. But if a subject's SBA is 20%, then that means the written exam will be worth 80%. So MET has a bit of an advantage with the SBA being 50%. After successfully completing the MET course at Barataria North Secondary, students can further their skills and qualifications at institutions such as MIC, where there is the MUST program and also the HYPE program, NESC, where there is programs in electrical, drilling rig operators, welding, heavy equipment operators, UTT, where they can get further qualifications in engineering, and CCC, where in addition to a number of mechanical courses, there are other courses as well. In closing, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for taking some of your time to having a look at what we offer here in the metal workshop at Barataria North Secondary, and I hope to see some of you all in term 1 in September 2021. Have a good day. Be safe, everyone.